What is happening? That's a pretty sweet astronaut graphic there, Sam. Let's go into gallery mode. Can you guys hear me? Somebody give me a thumbs up or chat something, yeah? Okay, great. What is happening? All right, let me go ahead and fire up Facebook. Oh, whoops. Okay, here we go. In a group, high level. Q&A. Jonas, go live. All right, looks like that's live. What's happening, everybody? All right, hopefully we're gonna have a bunch more people jump in this week. Let's see. All right, here they come. How's everybody doing?
Doing good. How are you?
I am doing good. Fighting off a little cold. I just got back from Europe and man, it seems like everybody's sick over there.
Oh, really? Yeah, we've been sick here, man. Everybody's had strep and flu at the same time, like both at
Yeah,
the same time.
it was crazy. I mean, my wife caught it and it was just like a week of her coughing at me. And
Yeah.
I feel lucky to only be a little congested. Hey, Christine, what's happening?
Hey, everybody.
My
Hey,
Corona.
I'm gonna do your test right now, Chase.
Oh, nice.
All right. What are we doing?
So people
All
are still
hands.
jumping in. Have you talked to
27
Robin today?
people. Woo!
Supposed to be on here today with us. Today we are hanging out and we are going to talk about updates of what has recently happened, what's going to happen this week, what's right around the corner, and then I think we're going to celebrate some wins.
Nice. I like it. I like it. All right, Chase, guide me through this. Where would you like me to start?
Well, I think topic number one, have you received any updates as far as smart lists rolling out this week?
Oh my gosh, yes. So the reason why the site was slow this morning was because somebody was doing a big migration relative to those smart lists. They will be out. This week is my absolute hope. We're so close. Varun is sick, so he does all the releases, so it's all dependent on him recovering. But I'm one way or another. I'm thinking like Friday, or we'll work the weekend and we'll get it live Saturday. But yeah, smart lists this week gonna happen. So that's
fantastic.
Did you guys? Does that include when you log in that it just spins and spins and spins and spins and you have to refresh it? Or no?
No, that doesn't seem like a smart list to me.
No, the slowness. Sorry.
Oh, this morning. I mean, everything was bogged down. Like people's opportunities weren't moving over quickly and all this other stuff. So yeah, it was like a whole mess. So
it's still doing it. As of 5 minutes ago.
PM me after this, and we'll jump on and we'll figure it out because it's not doing it for me.
I'm sure it won't when we get on a call.
See, there you go. That's what I'm saying. That's why I want to get on the call so I can just wave my hand and have it just boom fixed.
Okay.
Okay. So for those of you who live in or around the Tampa, Florida area, we are headed down there tomorrow for the Prospecting on Demand event. So if you're going to that event or you're in Tampa, let me know. I'd love to say hi and all that good stuff. And meet anybody I can.
Okay, so I can talk about an update as far as partner program.
Yeah, let's do that.
So we initially came out and said, hey, we're going to have 2 tiers to it. Start creating your content. And we've decided to sort of split that. So the first tier is still happening and is right around the corner. So basically the requirements are you need a YouTube video having something to do with HighLevel. So maybe that's, HighLevel versus some tool I used to use. And your thoughts on that. Maybe it's a HighLevel testimonial, anything related to HighLevel and YouTube, and then same thing, a Facebook post about it. So once you make your YouTube video, you turn that into a Facebook post, you've got your 2 pieces of content, and then you need at least, I think, 1 affiliate underneath you. So I just sent out to a couple of beta people the new form that's going to get you your profile created. So Akash has that all built out. It looks awesome. You're going to be able to go in there. You're going to be able to filter by industry, by service, and discover and find other community members. So if you are interested in selling things to the community, get your content ready because I would say probably next week, right, Sean? This
absolutely.
is going to go live.
I'm very excited about the partner program. And in general, the whole idea behind the partner program is we know that getting into HighLevel means many things to many people. And if there is a way to help people get into HighLevel better, then we want your help. And we love partners because partners make people successful. And, sometimes all the help videos or support tickets or onboarding calls in the world just aren't going to give the person what they need. And so they're going to need an extra hand. And that's what the partnership's all about. I do want to expand on the partnership idea. We do not have this finalized yet, so please do not quote me on any of this, but we have a second level of the partnership program that we're in development on. And our idea here is to really do something exciting. We're going to have a couple of in-person events that go with this. It'll be an upper tier of the partner program. We'll have special training. We'll have access to some beta features. Really want to bring some of the, if you're going to be essentially like a premier partner, if you're going to want to be one of those people, you'll want to kind of listen to this. But in the next couple of months, you'll hear some more details on it. But the idea is we put on a couple events. We'll start with one probably in the middle of the country. I'm pushing for Vegas because I feel like everybody can get to Vegas. It's easy to get everybody there one way or another, and come together, go over some really in-depth training and talk about how to not only help you better in your partner program, but also take the partner program out to more people and help you bring in more people into the HighLevel community, and into HighLevel, but also through your partner program. So anyway, that'll be our premier partner program, and you'll hear more about it in the next couple months.
Yeah, All right. So that's the second, yeah, like when I said we first announced it as, I think, Partner and Partner Pro. Well, we're taking that Partner Pro and we're notching it up. So we'll get back to you soon with some more updates on that. But
Exactly. Okay, so that's that guy. Do you want me to give a general feature kind of update thing? Would that be helpful?
Do you want to talk about SMTP?
Yeah, that was going to be part of it. Okay, yeah. So the three things we're shooting for this week: Smart List, a big upgrade to the opportunities board. You should see a couple of visual things you'll see is the spacing on some of the cards will get tighter. You'll be able to hide and show more elements on the cards. The hiding and showing will be relative to the user, so users will be able to choose what they want to see, and then it will stick. And then the other big thing is it'll be significantly faster, which is actually the most exciting thing for me. The same sort of speed upgrades we did to the conversations page will come to the opportunities page. It's a more sophisticated page, so it's taking longer, but that's that. And then the other big thing is SMTP. So for those of you who don't like Mailgun, think Mailgun's bad, otherwise would like an alternative to Mailgun, we're going to come out with a generic SMTP connector. So this basically means that you can connect to any SMTP enabled endpoint. So that could be Gmail. I don't know if Yahoo does it, but I assume they do. SendGrid, Mailgun. I don't know. I'm sure there are hundreds actually. But basically, I think the big one everyone wants to connect with is Gmail. So that's kind of been our focus. The idea there is we'll have open tracking, click tracking, and reply tracking through any SMTP endpoint. Our goal is to eventually roll this into a full integration, two-way sync with Gmail, like close.com or some of these other guys, but this will kind of be our first step. And also, I think any of you who are doing cold emailing through Gmail right now, this will also help you. But one way or another, this, I think, really opens the doors to helping people who either don't like Mailgun or having any issues with it. You can now send through any other provider. It'll be per account, Tony.
It's actually either. So I was messing with it this morning because it's really close to being finished, and you have the opportunity to set it at the agency level and make that the default for all accounts that don't have an individual setting, or you can go location by location and set different SMTP providers. It's pretty easy to set up from what I've seen, and it looks awesome. So that should roll out really soon.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's going to be fantastic. So that's good. What else you got?
What else do we have?
Okay.
I
could talk about the fact that I don't know if all of you know this yet, but we have websites coming up. So right now on the website front, we are working really hard to build out about 40 templates prior to launch. So that way, when we do launch, the idea is that you can go in and for all the verticals that you've seen, like on the account snapshots, you'll have at least one template, but eventually we'll have 2 or 3 where you can just one-click deploy a whole website, swap the logo out, and send it to your client in 5 minutes and say, hey, check it out. It's a real website. I've been dropping some early versions of those templates in the Facebook group just to give people an idea of kind of what's coming. I still think we're about 2 weeks out on it, mostly because we have to get through QA and do a lot more template building. But long-term, my goal is that for anybody who is not building websites today, they can start doing that easily and add that on as a service for their clients. We really want this to be a revenue generator for you. And then anybody who's already doing it and finds WordPress a little clumsy or difficult or expensive or time consuming, we can sort of free you from some of that stuff. They should be fully SEO compliant, rankable, all that good stuff. I knew that was coming. I answered that, John, before you typed that, because that's the question I knew was coming. So yeah, so I think that'll be awesome. Again, our mission is really simple: a one-stop shop for everything an agency needs. And as we continue to try to push on you to be more full service to your clients, websites are a big piece of that. I mean, you need to be able to meet all of their needs, because if you don't, they're going to go someplace else to find those needs, and we don't want to ever see one of our agencies get cut out. And if that means we have to help you guys build websites, we're doing it. So websites, 2 weeks.
Chad, is there a link where we can read details about the partner program? And we really need to hammer out the verbiage on this, because we've got the the one that's coming out right now, which is essentially the affiliate or community sort of marketplace where you can sell to each other, browse profiles and all that. And then the certified partner program, which is a little bit further out that we don't really
honestly, I would think of it as just like for today, we just have one level of partner. And then I think in the future, we'll have multiple levels of partner.
Okay, good way to put it.
Yeah, so I think this will be just like platinum partner and partner, gold partner, platinum partner, something like that. Diamond, I don't know, we got to figure out the verbiage, but so there's that. Obviously, early on, Sean said, how's the calendar coming? Calendar's going well. Our dedicated calendar developer is doing a good job. We found a good one. He's been fixing a bunch of bugs related to like recurring events and people taking one piece of a recurring event and making it a single event and all that. So that's all out. And we've just been working him through those small bugs to get him used to the calendar code. And now he's diving headfirst into shared calendars for salespeople. So we'll be able to do shared calendars here. It'll still take him another 30 days, but that'll be his big first feature. And then from there, we'll move on to products and services. So hopefully that answers that question.
Sweet. Are reports coming? Reports are coming. So the first phase of that is already out.
Reports are really our focus right now. So we have, I think it's almost 3 people full-time on reports. So we dropped call reporting, we dropped AdWords reporting, we hired a brand new person just to work on Facebook reporting. We have someone right now working on forms attribution. So let's talk about forms attribution in general. So one of the big holes, and we actually filled this in the call reporting, now we got to do it in the forms, is we know that in AdWords or Facebook or whatever, we can see all these different stats, clicks and impressions and landing page views and conversions in air quotes, which just means leads. But what we really need to do is tie all of that together all the way back to opportunities and looking at the closed opportunities. And so that's really what the forms attribution is about. So in the next couple of weeks, I hope we'll release a new version of forms, which no one will see any difference, but what will happen under the hood is we'll start keeping track of all those UTM parameters that are being sent in from all the different ad sources automatically. So we can start to correlate back contacts all the way to ad level. So we can go back and show clients like, okay, this ad is producing this much revenue in the opportunities flow. So that's kind of our direction right now and where we're headed. We'll still have other reports that drop. Analytics reporting is coming out. Google My Business reporting is coming out. And then the last one that'll probably come out in April sometime is agent reporting. So for any of you who are doing, how many calls did Susie make and how long has she been on the phone on average and how many appointments did she book and all that good stuff, we'll have all of that out. So I think between now and the end of April, we should be able to roll out all the reporting that we need to really hammer home for our clients exactly how we're doing. And then also making those, we're also going to make a final report that I have over here on my whiteboard called the ROI Success Report that tries to bring together all of these elements and makes it an emailable report that goes out automatically either weekly or monthly that you can send to your clients just to show them across the board end to end how well are you performing for them and they can see exactly all the great things everybody's doing. So if that's more than you want to know on reporting, I apologize, but that is what we're focused on from a reporting standpoint.
Sean, we need to order you one of those little spotlight lights that we can sit on top of your computer.
Christine Seal.
Yeah, there we go.
Thank
Christine,
you.
Send him an Amazon link or something.
Oh my God, I will. I might just bring one with me.
Yeah, please do. I don't even know what those are. So
see if I can put it in my suitcase.
I'm one of those people where I need someone to just do something for me. Just here you go. This is what you need, right? Just like, here's my credit card. Just go buy this for me. Help me out.
Happy birthday.
I need a friend.
Oh, cool. You're going to give me your credit card? Okay, yeah. I'll go shopping for you. Don't
nice.
worry.
Look at that. Yeah, so I don't know. I need that. Every time I see Chase's background, I get jealous. So I think I need to turn my computer or something. So anyway, sorry about that.
All right. Somebody send Sean a ring light. Melissa, any plans on developing an internal affiliate piece so we don't have to go outside for that? Can you elaborate on that?
I think she wants us to build an affiliate marketing system inside.
I got a bunch
Oh,
of
well,
tickets and I don't want
well,
to.
hold on, I'll see you later this afternoon. No, I mean, if you can get the votes for it, Melissa, we'll build it.
Yeah, I put it in there. I just haven't got it.
Oh,
I'll have to market it.
speaking of big new things, so the oh wow, so a couple of cool things here. So on the funnel builder, it'll be probably next week. I'm gonna sort of come out and show you guys sort of. I'm not sure what cool catchy name I'm gonna give it, Operation Lightning Strike or something. But we found a way to make the funnels like super fast and the transitions between the pages even faster. So I'm gonna show you that. And so, but then as soon as that comes out, we're gonna start work on the membership sites. So membership sites should be out in a month or two. So we will have full membership abilities for anybody who's thinking, am I going to have to keep Kajabi forever or ClickFunnels membership sites forever or whatever? We'll have all of those replaced as well in a couple of months.
Hey, Sean, will those membership sites include things like video and courses and stuff, or is
Yes,
it
sir.
just...
So I'll tell you how we're doing this. We met with 3 or 4 clients already who use all the different membership software. And we'll do exactly what we always do, which is we'll kind of come up with what we hope to be kind of the 80% solution. We'll build that out, we'll drop it, and then from there we'll fill in on using the ideas list, kind of like we did for funnels. But out of the gate, yeah, you should have courses and video and all of the sort of stuff you would assume should be there for the basics.
Awesome. That's going to be exciting. James, the website builder, yes, it's just like the funnel builder. It essentially is the funnel builder with additional options on top of it.
Yes.
So if you're familiar with funnel builder, you'll be right at home building websites.
Should we talk about, let's talk about services and rush packs and all that good stuff. Cause I saw well, I don't know if Robin's here yet, but so if any of you haven't noticed, we did actually, I guess I never really announced this, but we made the marketplace, excuse me, live for everybody. And you know, I would say our biggest push this year, besides really what we want to do is take the current existing product from a software perspective and really just refine it up. I mean, we have almost all the huge features now, but the biggest thing I'm passionate about this year really is the services. And the reason why is, and I'd say this every day, I've talked to probably 3,000 agencies at least now on phone calls over the last year and a half. And the huge difference I see is the more full service you are, the more likely you are to make more money and retain your clients longer. But it's almost impossible. In fact, I'd say it is impossible to be a small agency and do all the work yourself. So I'm really passionate about trying to find more ways to get all of you to adopt these services, not just because we make more money. I mean, I'm happy about that, don't get me wrong, but I really think it will make you a lot more money. So if you haven't already, please jump in on one of the white label sessions that we have that's available, and I'll try to drop the link there. But I just think that getting onto the white label services is huge. And I think that everybody on this chat and everybody, or this, sorry, Zoom call, and everybody in our group needs to figure that out for themselves. And even if you don't use us, like if I just found out that everybody was outsourcing to a white label vendor of some kind and it allowed you to be full service, I'd be ecstatic about that, because I really see a massive difference. When I get on the calls with people, I'll say, hey, how long do you keep your customers? And it's funny. It's like, I just do Facebook ads. It's like 4 to 7 months. But if we do everything, it's like 4 to 7 years. It's like an insane difference. And there are some standouts, don't get me wrong. There are some people who just do Facebook ads who I've said to me, oh, I don't know, I've never lost a customer. I've been doing this for 2 years, but they're definitely not the standard issue. So I feel pretty strongly about this, and I think it's a great way to grow an agency. So anyhow, that's probably enough of my soapbox, but I would add to that. If you've been thinking about like a service that you might want to add to go back and resell your current clients, I would definitely hop on one of Paulson's calls. So they're 3 times a week, right, Paulson?
Yep.
And basically,
Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 o'clock Central.
Ask him, hop on one of those calls. Hey, I've been thinking about selling local SEO. What do I need to know? On those calls, I think they're covering sort of sales training so that you can feel more confident going out and selling it, and then having Paulson's team fulfill it.
Yep. Sean, did you say Marketplace was open for everybody now, so I don't have to keep adding people? Okay.
Correct. You no longer have to add anybody. It's all open now. And we've had a tremendous, I mean, a tremendous uptick in like the number of YEX / listings orders I've seen is huge. And and if any of you aren't familiar with those, but I think you should look into it. It's really, I mean, it's $30 a month and most people should be selling it for $99 a month to their clients. It's a really simple thing to add. It's all automatic. You can get it turned on in like 48 hours. It's an SEO play. It pushes links for your clients' websites out to like 70 major sites. And it's just a cool service to sell. And it's a great way to ladder up into your client if you haven't yet sold them a more advanced package, or you're just trying to add on some additional revenue, create some more stickiness. So definitely look into those things. And again, if you have any questions, Paulson is killing it on the white level calls. He has lots and lots of people who love him. So you definitely want to check out a call with him if all possible.
Hey, Sean, this is Sean McMean. I got a couple questions.
I love another Sean.
How's it going, man? You might have touched on this on the opportunities refresh part. Yeah. When you edit an opportunity on the opportunity dashboard, the refresh, is that going to be part of that?
Oh man, you just have no. It's funny. It's just the nerdy in me, but you have no idea how pumped I am about this refresh because it solves like all the problems. It's like this year, it's all about like taking what we have and making it just as spot on as possible. And this opportunity upgrade, I mean, you know, we're gonna take it beta and we'll have people take a look at it because it's actually such a massive overhaul in the back end that it solves like all the problems. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Or like right now you have to add a contact first before you can add a task or an appointment. We'll fix all that. You know, like when you move cards around, sometimes like if people's internet connections are down or they're flaky, they'll have problems with that. That'll solve all of those issues. So like on and on and on. Like any little issue you have, it should solve it.
What was the time frame on that?
Oh, it's technically ready to go now, but Varun's sick, so until he comes back and gives me his stamp of approval, nothing gets done.
Gotcha. The other question I had was on caller ID.
Yeah.
Any plans of rolling that in?
Caller ID, is this where when we ring your client's phone, we show the dialed number, not the dialed from number?
No, when calls come in. So the whole unknown gets tagged if they're a new contact in your system. So we use this a lot for lead generation, and so my team has to go through and listen to all the calls. But Twilio has a caller ID.
Oh, you're talking about integrating the Twilio caller ID lookup.
Yep.
Yes, that's absolutely on the list. Now, warning, it's not going to work that well because it's only going to work for like businesses. Businesses will be great. A lot of consumers, though, I don't think so. And I've seen a couple other people who claim to have this data. I haven't found a really good source of it yet. So if you have a killer source of this data outside of Twilio, because like I tested Twilio's API on my own number. Twilio has no clue who I am, right? So they're not going to be able to say, oh, it's Sean calling. And I actually, if we sort of scale this up like at a high level, no pun intended, if you really thought that your number was like hanging out in somebody's database and they could reverse look you up, I think you would try to find a way to like make them take that down. Like, I wonder when the day comes that like we transmit personal caller ID info based on phone number to third parties like that in mass, because that seems like a big concern. But if you know someone has the data, we'll buy it. Just tell me who it is.
Well, I mean, so I know that what converts, that is a call tracking service.
Yep. They do it. PhoneWagon does it. Yeah. I need to know where they get their data. I'm still looking for a better source. I tried Twilio's and they don't know who I am. I think I tried PhoneWagon. They didn't know who I was either. So I'm just hoping we'll put Twilio in place. Like that's on the list of to-dos right now, but I'm personally not happy with the results. I don't think they're fantastic.
Yeah. So the thing that I've noticed is that the wireless callers are much harder to get, but the actual home lines, which who has
maybe that's it. Maybe that's
right? Who has a landline nowadays? But those come in, and also businesses come in, like you said. It's the wireless caller, and what others do is they just put it's a wireless caller instead of a name.
Okay, well that's cool. As long as that's because I just want to make sure that when we release something, you guys aren't like, oh man, that's weak.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? So
yeah, understood.
make sure we do a good job.
one more question for triggers, creating an opportunity. Adding a short code, like for instance, instead of opportunity being a static, whatever you set in the trigger, I'd love to be able to put in either a phone number or the contact name when it automatically creates that opportunity from a trigger.
For the opportunity name?
Yep.
Oh, I see. You're saying, can't you do dynamic fields right now, like contact.phone?
No, you can't. In the
Okay.
trigger, like in the opportunity name, you can't put any dynamic fields in.
Oh, you know what? That's already filed as an enhancement. So yeah, we'll get that done.
Okay, cool.
I remember coming across that issue too. Yeah, absolutely. We'll totally let you do that.
Thank you.
Hey, I got a question. I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so help me understand this. I've got a snapshot and I'm using a permanent link. And then when I update the snapshot, it changes my permanent link.
Mm-hmm.
But the old permanent link is the previous version of the snapshot. Is that by design?
I don't know, but that seems super smart. Varun wrote all that code, so I have no idea how it all works. But that seems like an amazingly astute thing to do. I would have never programmed it that well. I would have just made the permanent link the most recent version.
That's what I want. That's what I want, because then when we change it, we have to update all our SOPs every time. So I just want like a permanent link to actually be permanent. I don't know if it was by design. That's why I'm asking.
I think it probably was. And I think,
okay,
I'm sure the problem with things like this, right, is there's always somebody who wants the reverse case where they want to like give out versioned permanent links for, you know, previous versions of it or whatever. But I don't think you're wrong there. I think we should give you like the most recent version. And we should, so we'll definitely add that to the list.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, everybody?
Hey, Robin.
Hey. What did I miss?
Well, just me going on at length about services and how great they are and how everyone needs to get on them immediately. No, we went over the partner program. Oh, you know what? I wanted to talk about this will be a really interesting subject. Let's see if I can cause some controversy. So a while back, people as in all of you great people, we've been talking a lot about pricing, and several people have mentioned the idea. So we sometimes get this feedback that like, this business owner or that business owner kind of jumped in the group and people are like, can you do something about that issue? So one of the things that we're thinking about, I'd love to get everybody's feedback on, and don't all chat at once, but the idea is, and we'll probably try this as an experiment, we're launching a new website next month. And the idea is to, I feel like Robin has like this horrified look in his face.
Next week.
I'm going to talk about it. Anyways, so here's a preview of the website. If anybody wants to go look at it, I'd love to get your feedback. But also, the other thing we're thinking about is dropping the $97 plan altogether, and just starting at $297. And so I would just love to get people's feedback on, is that a good idea? Is that a bad idea? I do not want to discourage new marketing agencies, and I know there are a lot of them, but I would also say the flip side is there's a lot of people who come in on the 97 plan who would say they're a marketing agency, but fundamentally I don't know what it is. Like this last Saturday, I talked to a guy who said, hey, I got to cancel because I'm a college student and I've got to focus on my classes. And I was thinking to myself, why in the world did you sign up for our product? Just, of course you're going to focus on your classes. Why are you doing this, right? And so I just want to discourage people who are not really serious marketers or serious marketing agencies from being able to sign up. So I just wanted to see what people have to say. Oh, look at that. We got a yes. We got one don't. I also think at this point, our value hopefully is sufficient enough where people would say, you know what, guys, you're right. You are providing $297 a month of value in your software. So that's also my root hope. So anyways, we're probably going to try it as an experiment next month and see what happens. We don't have any plans to change anyone's existing pricing at all. It's just going to be for new people walking in the door. Anyways, I just want to throw it out to the group because, we really live and die by what you have to say in your opinion. So I just appreciate the feedback.
So the other thing is, on the extreme end of the $97, we'll potentially or we are going to remove that for next month. But then we are adding premium services on the other end of the spectrum. And Sean, did you already talk about that?
Oh, no, I haven't talked about that. Yeah, go for it, Robin.
Yeah. So basically what we are going to do is we want to give more support to, some of the larger agencies, or maybe you're a startup agency who just wants that dedicated resource. For all of you that have kind of grown with us, you've always had direct access to us. We've always been very transparent, and you can always get on our schedule and we jump on a call with you. But as we're growing, it's becoming more and more challenging. And so we're trying to build a system to where you will actually get a dedicated account manager that's your point of contact. And they'll also be that person that will help chase down issues or help you solve issues within your HighLevel account and just be that resource for you here at HighLevel. And so, for those of you guys that want that premium support, we are bringing that out. And I think it's gonna be really great for those agencies that are really growing and want that personal, we want to be the backbone of your agency. And so to get that personal touch, we're offering that premium service as well.
Oh yeah, did we talk about that? It's going to cost more money.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So there is, unfortunately, or fortunately,
dedicated people are not free.
Yeah. So we are going to charge $597 a month. So it is
in total.
In total, yeah. So it's $297, and then the
not $597 additional in total.
Yeah. So in total, so it'll be $297. Then if you upgrade to the premium support, your new package will be $597, and what that's going to get you is a dedicated account manager. Some of the other perks is we are releasing a certified partner program, and we'll have a live event. I'll kind of do this teaser. We're going to have an event in the next couple of months as well. And if you're a part of that, you'll get access to those events at a discounted rate. Whenever we do our national or worldwide or whatever our major conference. Yeah.
Interstellar.
We'll get free access or discounted access, whatever. So we're just going to get you closer to the community that we're going to build up as well.
Yeah, we're just continuing to scale up. And big announcement I wanted to make, I guess, on this call is we hit 1,900 agencies as of today. So that's pretty exciting. We're actually over 1,900 now, but 1,900 is really awesome. And I'm super excited about it. It's incredible. It's incredible growth. And I really feel like we're doing something good. But I mean, we would not be here without all of you. I would hate to not mention the fact that if anybody is on this call and does not know that we have a amazing, awesome 40% recurring affiliate commission, I would hate for you to leave this call not knowing that. So, and in fact, it's 100% how we've gotten here. So it's something I really have to talk about. So if you don't know about it, please go into your agency settings, please find your affiliate link in, please send it to everybody you know. And even if you don't know, even if you do know about it, please send it out to everybody that you haven't yet sent it out to, or maybe just send it out again to everyone you know again, just in case you missed somebody last time, because it's definitely how we grow. And I really am thankful to all of you who have sent it out. So it's been big.
And if you're looking for a little nudge, we're getting rid of the $97 package the end of this week. So now's the time to get them in.
Exactly. There you go.
Even the college students?
College students.
Well, yeah. As long as they don't, if they could just drop out of college and start a marketing agency, they'd be fine. There's nothing wrong with that. They got to focus. It worked for Bill Gates. It can work for them.
All right. So we got some questions piling up in here. You want to start running back through them?
I had a question about the 97 thing. Is that cool?
Yeah, fire away. 97 away.
I actually had kind of feedback about it more than anything. So we've noticed that since we're helping set up HighLevel, we have a lot of non-agencies that come to us that want us to set up their $97 plan.
Yeah.
And pretty much all of them are on the $97 plan. So I think that will cut down significantly on non-agencies.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause I mean, again, I have some fun stories to talk about. I mean, so if you know nothing about me other than the fact that I take every cancellation I ever see quite a bit too personally. I love to call and try to convince people to stay on HighLevel if they ever decide that they don't want to. And the $97 calls are the worst for me because invariably it's somebody who either isn't an agency, in which case I am saddened that they ever tried because of course they're going to fail. And or it's just somebody who isn't there yet. Like they don't they just like, I just watched the Ty Lopez video, and I think being a marketing agency looks really fun. So I signed up for your software because somebody told me that it was going to instantly make clients fall from the sky, and it didn't. And I just feel really bummed when I talk to those people, because I'm like, I'm so sorry, you know, I feel bad that you're going to quit, because I think you should use this to prospect. But at the same time, it's like, how did you get here? Like what mental leap made you get to that place? And so my hope is that with the 297 plan, you know, we're going to say, listen, you know, we're down to still take beginners, but we want beginners who kind of have a plan or on the charge or going to make it happen or understand it's a 3-month journey. I mean, for any of you in the group that I've talked to, I've heard just such amazing stories of people starting from nothing, starting on a side job. I mean, Christine just interviewed somebody recently as well. I watched an interview with her, and it's just, it's a struggle, and it's difficult, and it's hard. But, you know, if you're willing to stay on the track, like, you can get there, but you got to be committed. And so I want to just make sure that when we're bringing on people, they're committed to that track. It's not just like something they're going to try, or some business owner who thinks they can do it on the side randomly. We really want to focus on people who are down to do marketing agencies.
Awesome.
All right.
By the way, recommending HighLevel. So I'm not putting down Ty Lopez at all. I am just saying that people sometimes get the misimpression from those videos that, you know, you like the Gallardo just appears from the sky if you start an agency. And I think that's probably,
we need to,
Ty himself would probably tell you that's not accurate.
He needs to bring us on a webinar, which brings up a point for me. If you know somebody, or if you have a community, or you know somebody with a community that would make sense for us to do a webinar with them to sort of shine some high-level light into their world, ping me and let me know, or put me in touch with them, even better. You could just CC me, chase@gohighlevel.com, because we're working on a new webinar series that we're going to go start taking on sort of a roadshow. So if you know somebody with a great community that would be a good fit, definitely please reach out and let us know.
Hey, really quick, you guys made that website on HighLevel, right?
Of course.
Absolutely.
That was sweet.
Absolutely. Yep. That's, you know, the shoemaker's children go shoeless, something. Go barefoot. There we go. That sounds better. So we're just now getting there, but yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
I love that background, by the way. I wish I was that cool.
I photoshopped the HighLevel a little bit over to the right to kind of line it up.
That it looks, yeah, it's better. It's an improvement.
That is
my big ask for everyone is please go to the Facebook group and post some of your wins. You know, just a lot of times people are looking at kind of, everyone has different use cases and stuff like that, and it just feels like, you know, not a lot of positivity is happening, and we want to make sure that we're strengthening our community. So if you have great wins, great things going on, definitely post it in the group. We love seeing those, and it makes us work harder and deliver for you guys.
Definitely shout out on Chase's idea, though. I mean, we want to continue to get ourselves out to more groups and more community members. And the way we've gotten into almost all of them, you know, great people like Jeff Miller, for example. I'm working hard on Mr. Nick Robbins, if you're listening, trying to get you to let me on your calendar, buddy. And, you know, the way we've done that is through community members. And so if you know anybody who has a group, please hit them up and say, hey, would you let these crazy nut jobs from HighLevel into your group to spread the good word? You know, because that's how we're going to bring more people in. I mean, our goal this year, my goal personally is 3,000. I might be low, but my goal is 3,000 people by the end of the year. And I think that we can do a lot, because as we bring more people in, we're spending all of the additional revenue that we bring in on more resources, more developers, more customer service people, but mostly more developers, trying to grow the product as fast as we can and get it to the place where, you know, anybody says, do you have this? We can always say, yeah, absolutely. It's already done. Here's how to go set it up.
The other thing to mention, if you do know somebody with a great community, is the affiliate opportunity, right? Because if somebody has built up a community and we do a webinar and people are interested, obviously that person could generate a bunch of affiliates in the process. So should be a win-win. All right, let's run through some of these questions so we don't run out of time. Don, when will the call tracking Google AdWords integration be out?
It's out. What are we talking about?
That is out.
Are you talking about, oh, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the ability to send the conversion back into AdWords, I think. If
right,
that's
reporting
true,
is out.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I talked to Monica about this earlier this week. He'll have all of that from a dev side. He'll have that wrapped by Friday of this week, and he'll have that off to QA. I suspect it'll go to QA, and we'll either eke it out by the end of next week, or we'll get it out the week after. But it's right in there.
Awesome. I know a bunch of people are waiting on that, so that's exciting. Next up, any idea when we might see a meeting integration with Zoom? Like Calendly has automatically generate unique Zoom video conference details for every meeting you schedule.
Yeah, that's so the dedicated calendar developer, he's on that. He won't get to it though until I want him to get through the shared calendars at least. I think that's the most important thing. And then from there, we'll go back to the ideas list and we'll look at the votes. It's either going to be products and services, or it's going to be, or it'll be something like the Zoom integration. We still have a calendar list from back in the day, but I also want to compare that up against the ideas list. Whatever idea wins from votes after that, that's what we'll do. But that's got to be up there.
Okay, SEO reports on the timeline. Yes, so we're building that snapshot
SEO reports
tool.
is going to be part of the rollout in the next, whatever this is, between now and the end of April.
Okay, great. It seems like under reputation management, my clients are just going to Google and not the star rating section. James, that makes me think, do you have your link set to open straight into the leave a review box with the stars? That should help. And if you need help with that, you could ping me or support and we'll show you how to make those links. Would Outlook calendar integration would be built be built in?
Well, okay, yeah. So that's back to the dedicated calendar developers. That's one of those great things where it's like, yeah, so based on votes, that could be maybe like the next thing we do after shared calendar availability, because Outlook is still big. There's lots of people who use it. They're the other dominant player. There's no reason not to build it. So we probably will get there for sure. I just know more people on Gmail at the moment. And also I think that shared availability is just so key for so many organizations, because if you've got more than one person who needs to get booked into something, it's almost impossible without that shared ability. So I just think it's super important.
All right. Anil, what's the best way to get some basic questions answered? For example, I'm having trouble with leads coming through to HighLevel. I'm using custom fields in Facebook. I did set all that up.
Oh, okay. Did I answer that? Did he not get?
Not sure if contacts are needed to be updated as well. I mean, you can always open a ticket or the live chat within your app.
And you can also book a one-on-one call. Robin, how do we book a one-on-one call with the support team now?
It's a good question. Give me 1 second.
I think it's go HighLevel/support still, and I think you can book it right there. Yeah, you can. So I'll drop the support link in the group, and you could book a one-on-one call with one of the support folks, and they'll jump on a Zoom call with you and fix it.
Yeah, I've talked to Andrew a couple of times. It's great.
Cool. Yeah, the one trick there with the custom fields on Facebook is they have to be of type text, because with Facebook, it might seem like a Boolean value to you, like a yes, no or something, but Facebook only sends them as text. So when you're going to map over from a Facebook lead ad for a custom field, make sure that custom field's type text.
Good to know. Mike, are the white label calls recorded? So Paulson's calls, Robin, are those recorded?
They are not. We are going to start recording them next week. We're going to turn them into a bit more presentation format. So we'll have a presentation slide deck. It's also going to force us to create the collateral that you guys have been asking for. Just to give you guys a little transparency, we open up the marketplace. The intent was for it to be beta and slowly dripping people in, but we've had such a overwhelming response that we're kind of accelerating that whole push just from the feedback that we've been getting. So we're trying to standardize kind of the scheduling on when we're doing these live calls. Surprisingly, everyone is loving them. They love being on these calls. So we're going to make them where it's Monday and Friday. And then the Wednesday calls will kind of be kind of a combination. Possibly we might do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We're still trying to figure out the logistics there. And then on the calls, we're going to talk very specifically about each one of our products, how to sell it, what are the objections that you hear. We'll have a formal presentation so that you can always reference it in the future through recording. We'll also be creating collateral, so slide decks that you guys can use, pricing documents, and case studies and stuff like that over time as well.
Awesome. Let's see. Next up, where do you access the marketplace? That's in your agency level account. So if you're in a location, just click the double arrow icon to get back to the agency, and you should now see it in the left-hand column. If you don't, you probably just need to do a hard refresh. Because when did that get pushed? Today or yesterday, Sean? To everybody?
Yeah, I think. Wait, which
Fairly
one was this?
recently. So.
If you don't have it,
Oh yeah, I think it was Tuesday. Yeah.
If you don't see it, just in the chat, just put your email address and we can turn it on right now.
All right. When is Yext coming to Canada?
Yeah.
Good.
I don't know.
Good question.
So we can offer it. Well, we have the opportunity to provide a service in Canada, but we need to bring in essentially 100 customers for us to get the same rate. So if you have 100 customers, email me.
Oh, that's good to know. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You mean
well,
like collectively
if
100
people
or?
in Canada, let us know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, we need to bring them 100 clients.
All right, Sean. Can't wait, man. Email us.
Sean, if you get 100 clients ready to go, we can figure something out.
Yep. All right. Next question.
Can we change the caller ID?
No, not currently. I think that means, because I've heard this request a couple of times, and I think we'll probably eventually knock this out where you can turn the caller ID into the number that the caller is calling. Just a heads up that when your client misses the call because they're busy, they'll look at their phone, they'll have no clue who to call back. So as long as you're cool with that, just heads up. I guess technically they could go back into HighLevel and find the call in there. So that probably will be a good workaround for that. I do think long-term though, probably the better answer for us is to turn on inbound calls in the platform in general. So that way, then we control the whole interface. I just want to make sure that when we do that, we also have IVR and call time of day routing and voicemail boxes, which is what everyone will want immediately afterwards. But for now, I think we might just give you that option.
Okay. Speaking of call tracking, can we track calls yet like CallRail? Yes, we have call tracking just like CallRail. Can we have multiple forwarding numbers that all ring when a call comes in? No. Is call tracking still in beta, or is that in everybody's account?
It should be in everybody's account.
Yeah, it was pushed out last week.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you don't have that, please let me know. And I'm not sure if there is I wonder if there's not a ring all strategy yet. Is there a ring all strategy on that?
No, I don't think so. I think that you can only set
okay,
one
I'll
forwarding
follow up
number.
with Akash because yeah, that should be soon on the list if it's not already.
Cool. Christina, what about bulk requests? When will we have an option to resend it for fitness communicating with clients?
Oh, so, okay. So one of the big upgrades here is going to be with the smart list. So with the smart list will come a big upgrade in the bulk, because I think the idea here is like, you know what I want to do? I want to go in, I want to just grab this quick group of customers and throw out this newsletter to all of these people, right? So we're going to make it so you can just do a bulk, one-off email send and a bulk one-off text message without having to go through the middle step of creating the bulk request. So does that solve that problem, Christina, or not quite?
No, every week we send messages out to our current clients on scheduling.
Yeah.
Either people are regulars, people need to book, or people are on vacation. We send out series of messages by bulk request. Each week I just want to hit a button that says resend. Otherwise, every week I have to go in and recreate the wheel, bulk request, 8 different times to hit those people again every Sunday.
Oh, because you have 8 different series that you send out.
Correct. I have people that are regulars. I have people that sign up for classes. I have people that are regular private clients, people that need help scheduling for private sessions. So it goes on.
Yeah,
and
just
on.
like a retry button on the.
Yeah, just like a little, like a read button.
Yeah, I can handle that. Let me throw that on somebody's list.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, next up is about, can we change the "this call will be recorded" message that's activated when you turn on call recording? Would Twilio allow us to do that?
Well, it's our message, I think, and technically, yes. I think the problem, so why we added that message was because if you live in the US and you are crossing state lines and or you are terminating a call in a state with a two-party rule, you are required by law to tell the caller that you are recording the call. And if you don't do that, you're in violation of that law and you can get yourself in big trouble. I'm not a lawyer though, so please don't quote me or take my advice as legal advice, but I happen to be involved in a lawsuit in the past where I watched someone get sued over this. So I learned a little bit from that experience. So in general, I guess, I mean, if we allow customization of that, I mean, it's still on you to sort of make sure that message is in compliance. So I think it's something I'd be willing to do for sure. I just want to make sure that you realize the reason it's there is to help you comply with that, not to make it feel spammy. I mean, I think the honest truth of it is that you should probably either stop recording the calls and or I mean, you got to kind of figure that out. Or if they're just intrastate and it's a state that's a one-party state, like Oregon, if I know that I'm getting a call from somebody else in Oregon, I can record their call without telling them, because state law, it's one party state. But you got to know that before you make that choice.
So what my customer wants to do is that they want to be able to mention that they're getting a call from the customer, and also mention that the call will be recorded, because they think that it might come off as a spam if it only says like, hey, this call is going to be recorded for quality purposes. They want to be able to say like, hey, this call is from X customer and this call will be recorded. So that's basically what they want to be able to do. So they want to
say like, is this an outbound call or an inbound call?
It's an outbound call.
So they call outbound and the person picks up and they want it to say something like, hi, this is a call from Jeff's Donuts. This call will be recorded for quality assurance.
Exactly.
That doesn't, pardon me, that doesn't seem like a terrible idea. Now, when you get into, so what we need to do is allow you to upload an MP3 and do that. Okay, so yeah, I'll put that on the list for sure.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, on the topic of call recording, I actually talked to like a telemarketing attorney recently. And obviously this isn't legal advice either, but he explained to me the importance of like the recorded and like or monitored. The or monitored allows like a third party to listen to it. So is it possible to add that line in there? Because I think right now
I'm just going to allow you guys to customize this so I can get out of the middle of this discussion. I think that's the better answer. So that way, I'm not a lawyer either, right? So I don't know. So we'll just allow customization of that message, and then that should solve that problem.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
Mike had a question. Is the new premium support, will that be available for locations as well, or just at the agency
level? We're not here to serve the businesses.
Level.
That's you.
Okay, that makes sense. Congrats. Bulk request, resend. I have a weird issue. That sounds like let's open a support ticket. So shoot an email to support@gohighlevel.com and we can get that solved for you, Nathan. How are people showing Google reviews on client websites? So this is something, maybe a lot of people don't know about this. There's a reviews widget that you can get from within your dashboard. And it's got some cool settings. Like I think you can control the amount of minimum stars, right? Or maybe that's by default, at least
4.5 or higher.
Yeah.
Okay, 4.5 or higher.
Can you guys check that out? My review widget is broken. It doesn't show any stars. It just says 0.
Do you have any reviews are there any reviews in the account?
There is. It's like 36, but it says a big 0 and none of the stars are lit up.
Well, yeah, just open a ticket. We'll take a look.
I did. Okay.
Oh, okay. We'll get there. Let me check somebody else's website to see if it's working for them. ChicagoNeuropain.com.
Cool.
So it can work. So we'll figure out what's wrong with yours.
Will the dedicated account manager come with the $797 plan?
No.
Yes, right?
No, it's $597.
He's asking if he has the dedicated app plan, will he also get the dedicated service person? And the answer is no, because the dedicated service person is we have to pay them extra to be dedicated for you.
There we go. Sean, do you have a timeline for the groups section with regards to channel partners' ability to view their sales agents' leads? Do you have a timeline for the groups
Think about this.
section?
Is this a situation where
where
you have like groups of users with visibility for those? Who is that question from? And can you come off mute and just
Jamrock
sections with regards to channel partners?
Hey, Sean.
Yes, sir. There we go.
Yeah, it was with regards to the email we were talking about initially.
Yeah, from earlier, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't have a timeline on that, but this idea I've had it come up a couple of times, and we'll definitely get it done. So if anybody else wants to understand this is the idea that right now we have like admins, and we have users, and you have users can have like only assigned data, but then there are some people who want to have like groups within there. So like the blue group and the green group and the yellow group, and each of those people have different visibility. So that's sort of an advanced feature, and it's definitely right up our alley for this year. So it'll definitely happen sometime this year.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if you put it on the ideas list and you get more votes for it, we can speed it along. But that's definitely how we figure out kind of what to do. But I mean, that's definitely something I'll do this year one way or another. But if you get votes for it, we'll get it done faster.
All right, next question. Do we have any insight on the timing around split testing with funnel pages?
Yeah, so funnel pages are coming out. I'm sorry, split testing is going to come out after membership sites, at least at this point.
Okay. And we said the timing for membership sites was what? Another
probably
month or 2 months?
It depends on how fast Anish and Ashutosh can. I mean, they're pretty amazing folks. So, but I'm going to give them 2 months just to give them some breathing room. But it could be sooner.
And we are building Sean teased it about the new websites. And so we're working on those as well.
Yeah. So, and then also Operation Lightning Strike, which I haven't shown you yet. But basically they figured out how to turn all the funnels into single page apps so that the page transitions are instant. It's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Nice. Email reporting.
Yeah. Okay. So that's part of the reporting push. The programmer who's doing smart lists, who can't wait to be done with that and get it live, moves on to the delivery reporting next. The good news is he's already written half that code, so it shouldn't take him that long.
Excellent. Do we have any plans to do like the visualization that some of the providers have, where it's like you can see the email that went out and it shows you like 30% click this link and 20% click this one?
That sounds like a great idea. We have like a bunch of basic stuff already figured out, but there's no reason. So my kind of thought process on this is every single developer who's on a report is sort of scheduled to stay on that report for like there's no timeline, like infinitely into the future. So my thought process is we get out all of the basics and then we sort of like see what we missed or what other people would like us to add, and then we just add those onto those reports. Like Monic right now is doing, reporting, conversion reporting, and then conversion reporting back into AdWords and analytics because we got that feedback on the AdWords report after we dropped it. Akash is going to be working on updates to the call reporting, same thing. So I think we just sort of keep the party going.
Okay, and the next question ties into that. Timeline on HubSpot style email analytics on tracking which emails generated a purchase.
So let's think about that. So emails to generate a purchase, that would be, I mean, to be honest, that's just form attribution, right? So that goes all the way back to the top of the hour where we're talking about, okay, well, where did this lead come from? And that to me is just another lead source. So that'll come with the form attribution. I, though, want to make a note of that because what we ought to do is automatically, so with form attribution, we need to track if people convert from emails that we send out. So we should put our own UTM parameters in there automatically. Good call, whoever that was.
Okay, next. In services, it says it's a 3-month minimum. Does that mean the client has to use the service for at least 3 months, or that we have to have used HighLevel for at least 3 months? Go ahead, Robin.
The 3-month minimum is if you want to use our services that you are basically providing services to your client for 3 months.
Yeah. So what you need to do is when you go to a client and you say, hey, we're going to do something for you, that you need to sell it as a 3-month minimum situation. And that's good for you and it's good for us. I mean, everything takes time. Even an AdWords campaign takes time. You can't run it for 2 weeks or a month and expect to see all the results you're going to get. So you need to sell these things in 3-month minimums.
What's the timeline on dripping out bulk requests?
You mean differently than we do now, I assume.
Yeah, I was just thinking, can't you do that already? Because you can set them to go out in the future, right? So
I think this is the idea. I know exactly what this is. This is the idea that you could say, listen, I want to send out to these 1,000 people, but I only want to send 100 at a time or 100 a day or 100 an hour and have a schedule around it and that kind of thing. That's definitely something we have on the list. I don't know when we'll execute on it. Probably not for another couple months if I had to guess, because we just have a bunch of other stuff going on. And for now, there's still a workaround to it, but it's definitely on the list. Yeah, see, I knew it, David. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I gotcha. Now,
any timeline?
I do think Smart Lists could make, sorry to interrupt. I do think Smart Lists, there's another thing I want to get Smart Lists out for is I do think some of these other features we're already dropping could have a positive impact on this, including things like Smart Lists.
Right. Any timeline for any reputation upgrades improvements? Don, we'd have to hear.
What specifically?
Yeah, what are you looking to see? Don, I don't know if you're still on the call. If you are, just go ahead and hop off mute and let us know. In the meantime, I'm going to keep rolling here. Can we default as all on all pipelines and the system remembers it?
Yeah. Oh, in the opportunities board. Yes, that's part of the opportunities upgrade coming live hopefully this week.
So this question, it specifically references the pipeline view. Will that be this? Will that also change?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was on the opportunities page. If not, we will. Thanks, Mark. It will definitely be. It's definitely something we should do. Trust me, Mark. The list is very long. I can't. My arms don't even stretch long. We'd have to shrink the font way down to hit the whole list.
Man, we got a lot of questions left. So let's keep rolling. What about caller ID for outbound calls showing the client's business name or number?
Well, they have to be entered into the CNAM database, and I don't know how that works. Good question. I don't know the answer to that. We should figure it out and follow up.
Is he talking about spoofing?
No, they're open. Like I think what they're saying is, can you take that Twilio number and put a CNAM entry into it so that when it actually shows up on people's phones, that it says the name of the business. And the weird thing today is like for example, I know on my Google phone, they don't just use that CNAM database, they use their own database now. So they'll read off the Google My Business and all of that. So yeah, I don't know the right answer to that. We'll have to do some more research and get back to you.
Using CSS Magic. Uh-oh, I just lost that question. Basically, the question was, is there a way using CSS to change what the function of the check-in client button does?
No, but I've heard that. I've heard that. I've had that question a couple of times, and I think that what we should do is just give you some capacity to change that for sure. Yeah, I mean, you technically, I'm trying to think. I guess technically you probably hijacked that button somehow, but I mean, in general, what we should do is try to field an idea for this and figure out what are all the options people want and put somebody on it.
Roger that. Let's see, where were we? Here we go. Is there a way, or will there ever be a way, to send out an email text message for all sub accounts? To be clear, the email body subject would be the same, but the individual merge fields, etc., would be from the sub account.
Yeah. I mean, it seems to me like what we're saying is, can I send a message to, is that like, can I send a message to all of my agency clients? Or is that, can I send a message to every single contact in every single sub account that's slightly different?
I think that's what it is. And that seems like a very rare use case, but didn't somebody else ask that last week too?
I can't remember, but that seems like a very edge. We call that an edge case. I mean, how often are you really going to do that? I mean, I'd love to get more info. Like, yeah, how often is that going to happen? Like, because I mean, we certainly can do it. It just seems like a fairly heavy technical lift. And the question is is that once a year you're doing that, or is that, once a week? What is that?
Yeah. And if it's a common use case that we're just getting wrong, I mean, get it into the ideas board and other people should gravitate towards it and vote it up.
Hey, David, we talked about that at the top of the call. SMTP is hopefully going live this week.
Okay.
I got a quick update on the caller ID. So Twilio doesn't allow you to change the CNAM through the API, but what you can do is log into your Twilio account and verify the phone number, and they will register it in the public database for you.
Can you post a link to that article?
Yep.
Okay, this is the second question in relation to PandaDocs. So PandaDocs is tearing up the ideas chart, right? It's very near the top, I think. So if you haven't voted on it yet, hop in there. PandaDocs is proposals, Sean. So same thing.
Yeah.
In the ideas board, there is a popular idea. It just needs a few more votes to get up there. And then we will.
Yeah, and then we'll be working on getting PandaDocs. Yeah, I see it.
We've already kind of front loaded kind of getting into the product. If you guys are getting our HIPAA program, we actually send you the BAA through PandaDoc.
Nice.
Yeah. So, I mean, again, we live and die by the ideas list. So since it's up there, we'll probably get it done. I'm looking at the ideas list. Marketing stats -- we'll still work on that. Email broadcast, it'll be part of Smart List coming out. Call scripts and clients' ability to see them on mobile. That's next. And then SOPs, which I actually think we'll take care of with the membership sites. And then a couple other small ones. One's the Twilio lookup to determine if phone number is a cell phone, and we'll also roll in the caller ID checking with that. And then it's on to PandaDocs, baby.
That's it. Call scripts is like number 2 then? That's exciting.
I know. I'm not even sure what that means exactly, but I am.
Oh, it's going to be a game changer.
Okay.
PandaDocs, does it allow you to people to sign it electronically?
Well, I mean, I suspect if you look at the use case on that, Melissa, that's exactly what the borderline use case is. My bet is the average person does not send a doc that does not get signed.
Okay.
Never did I expect we'd be here building PandaDoc.
I know. I never thought so either, but you know what? That's the fun part about this group, I think, is you never know what you're going to get. But I also would never have guessed, and that's the whole point.
Yep.
That question, Ian, I'm not sure I understand. Is there a way to have a dialed to call from in the app? Is there a way?
Oh, just straight. So right now in the app, you have to have a contact in the app.
Oh, we're going to add a dialer to the app. Yes.
Oh. Okay, cool. Is there a way to have a user only see text that they make or from certain campaigns?
User assigned data.
Only assigned data. Yeah. So if you want a user to only see their conversations, make sure they're not an admin and make sure that they have the only assigned data flag turned on.
And that's in the user settings. How are services pushing reviews to Facebook as posts? Can you push to Google My Business as a post?
Okay, so that's, yeah. So that's part of the review upgrades that I think, so one of the things, we actually can push reviews right now to Facebook as posts manually. I think Don is the only person I've ever seen use this. I wrote this code personally, which is why I laugh. If you go to the reviews page in your account and there's a review there, there's a link that says like share to Facebook, and it actually works if you have a Facebook page connected.
One on our Facebook, like on the HighLevel page, there's like a
I tested it out. Yeah, for a long time ago, I tested that out. Anyways, all that to say, that's part of, I think, the more general question Don asks about reputation upgrades. So yeah, I mean, eventually what we need to do probably in the back half of the year is just, we'll be big enough to hire a developer just to do review stuff. And that's probably good. And then they'll just tear up a list of review upgrades, like automatic posts on social media, which I think could be really useful for people to create sort of automated social media content.
Okay. Speaking of reputation, is there any monitoring of reviews posted online like Grade Us?
Well, we monitor Facebook and Google right now with the Yext integration. That opens the possibility of other sites. Yext has cut deals with sites that normally disallow monitoring. And so we're going to look at expanding out the monitoring through the Yext integration. So if you have Yext turned on, we'll try to do things like monitor Yelp, for example. Although I still think Google's where it's at. So I'd be interested to hear that specific use case. Maybe it's medical specific, like vitals or something, but we'll definitely look to expand the monitoring capabilities because Yext does provide those.
Okay, how can I calculate and charge, or how do I add telephone numbers bought on behalf of the client to their monthly charge? So that's totally up to you, right? So I would just monitor your Twilio and go into your sub accounts and you can see the usage per
Well, and also
sub-account.
this gets back to the heart of the matter. So like you should be charging your client each month for HighLevel as a piece of software. And that charge should take into account, your time and energy supporting it, all of the Twilio consumable costs that you experience with it, and the profit that you want to make with it. And my goal would be for everybody to get to a place with their customers that every month, that on average, you don't look at the Twilio sub-account billing and think, oh my gosh, it's insane. We're really way over our bill amount with this person. You're like, oh, cool. I charged them $297 and they use $5. Sweet, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And on that note, we did have a conversation with Twilio last week. And so we're kind of in the initial conversations and trying to figure out how we can get cheaper pricing for everybody as well.
Nice. Okay, can you change or remove the powered by in the review widget?
I guess currently not yet. We can definitely add that to the list of things to do, though. We sort of saw it as a way to sort of sneakily help you folks advertise yourself on your clients' websites. But yeah, we definitely add that as an option. I'll put that on the dev list right now.
Cool. Okay, we already talked about that. SMT is coming out at the end of the week. Is the review widget limited to Google, or can you also show Facebook reviews?
I think
it spits out both,
why
right?
we limited to Google was Facebook just does up or down. There's no stars. But I don't think there's any reason why we couldn't just say, well, any upvote on Facebook is 5 stars, and then just show them. So we should probably just add them.
Okay.
I'll add that to the list as well.
There we go. That's what we were looking at.
Yeah, right now.
I know you had a social media scheduled posting coming down soon. Can you give any status updates on that?
Yeah, so I think social media posting and management tools will happen probably in June. We're going to try to do a full suite of reporting as well as posting tools. I just want to get through all of the existing reports first. Could happen earlier than that. It really all depends on how many new customers we bring in, so we can, how much more hiring can we do to get through more of these features.
Nice. A couple of comments in Facebook. When will Go HighLevel be available in Romania?
You mean, I think it's more like, when will HighLevel?
Twilio?
Oh, well, depends what they mean by that. So it could be, when is Twilio going to work in Romania? So that's kind of up to Twilio. And then it could also be, when is HighLevel going to be internationalized? And I'd say probably in the back half of the year. So it depends on which question they're asking. If it's Twilio, I don't know, we got to ask them when they're going to offer numbers in Romania. I don't think they go out of their way not to offer numbers in certain countries. I think certain countries go out of their way to make it harder for people like Twilio to buy numbers in their country. So I think that tends to be where the friction lies.
Yeah, and when Sean says internationalized, we're talking like
language
of the software itself, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, next question was a private one, but it sounds like a public question. Will there be the ability to view and manage tasks on the mobile app?
Yes, in fact, we just pushed that out today. So if you're on Android, you can do that right now. And if you're on Apple, we're waiting for the good folks at Apple, as always, to let our app go. Let our app be free. But once it goes through their process, then yeah, absolutely, it'll be there. I can kind of show you the way it's going to look now. So on the dashboard, sorry if this is not useful, but on the dashboard it says tasks, and then you'll be able to touch that, and then there'll be a tasks view like this. So anyways, nothing too fancy, but yeah, it'll totally be there. And
nice.
Is there if you're on Android.
Yeah, it hasn't released yet on the App Store.
All right, well how's that for timing, George? There seem to be comments going unanswered. Sorry if we missed any. There were a lot of comments today. That being said, anybody have any other questions? Feel free to take yourself off mute. When copying a funnel from ClickFunnels, the navigation bar doesn't copy over. Are there plans to fix this, or do we just have to rebuild them?
Yeah, I mean, definitely, George. I'd love to get that fixed for you for sure. Although, not in the short term. I'd rather take those resources and like make you rebuild the menu bar and just take those resources and focus on getting the membership sites done or the websites done. We will definitely come back to that at some point, but if it's not a huge pain or burden and it doesn't happen a lot, I feel like if we get 90% of the funnel over and you just have to rebuild that one element, I think that's not a bad compromise.
Yeah, no, that's cool. That's cool. I just wondered because I'm doing it right now, so it just came up.
Yeah, no. But I get why that would be nice.
I do have a quick question, and my apologies if it was covered, if I had to step away and I missed it.
No, you're good.
I noticed in the marketplace, a lot of the services at the very bottom, it says 3-month minimum. And when you hover over the little eye, it says all services require a 3-month minimum working with HighLevel. Does that mean that the service itself requires a 3-month minimum, or just we need to be with HighLevel for 3 months to leverage the services?
No, it's 3 months of the service. So if you get, say, Facebook ads with your client, you should talk to them about it being a 3-month, agreement with them.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to clarify.
Yep.
As far as the website builder, other than the fact that you're building templates now, is everything else been added that allows us to do the websites? I know the navigation bar is there, but
kind of. I mean, there's going to be it's actually to be able to. We're going to let you actually call it out as a separate section called websites, and organize it a little differently. It's not going to be blow your mind, but okay. The idea there is just as we move forward, we wanted to be able to break them into two if and when things sort of change for that, right? So like maybe there's, I'm just like, I have no idea, but let's just say there's a website only feature that no one would ever want in a funnel, or I don't know, something like that. We just wanted to be able to make it easy to break out. But in matter of fact, there's really no difference as of right now. I think
I want to redo mine, and I didn't know if it was worth waiting.
The only thing that we will roll out that's sort of pending, and it'll roll out it's going to roll out for the funnel as well, is the saved sections right now. If you can save them and you can use them, but if you make a modification on like one page, it won't reflect on all of them. You have to go back and do the update on all the pages. We're going to link it together so it does that update across the board in the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
And some of the other things is like adding more elements, like the capability of doing a slider, or just that advanced functionality that you typically don't see in funnels. That's what you'll see on the website component.
How are you guys on time? I just figured out how to open up the rest of the Facebook comments. So do you want to keep rolling?
Yeah, keep going.
All right, cool. Any chance on allowing us to import contact data through webhooks so we don't need to use Zapier?
Yeah, so you can just call the API directly, basically, right?
Yeah, that sort of goes back to the open API.
Well, yeah. So I mean, we have a poorly non-documented API that I am more than willing to share with anybody who asks me. but so you can absolutely do this right now if you're a software developer or you know one or you're hiring one. So just reach out to me and I'm happy to share the very undocumented API that we have. But it is there and it does work. Ask Tom. Tom Bristol's here. He uses it every day.
Awesome. Here's a cool question. Can we get some more control with the chat widget? Out of hours automated messages and assign or round robin messages, etc.
Yeah, so lucky for us, we have Tom Bristol. So he has hijacked our chat widget and made it like 10 times better than it already was. And so I think like, and I've said this to Tom, like someday we'll go back and we'll upgrade this widget. But when we do, I mean, we'll really want to do it right. I want to hire a dedicated developer. So I do think that will happen this year, but probably not until late this year. So if you have an actual need for it right now, you might want to think about paying Tom a little bit of money every month to get the upgraded version, and or wait until the end of the year for ours.
Awesome. Would love to set a default font for emails per account level. Any possibility?
Huh.
That seems like a sort of an edge case, but it does go back to the.
I mean, there's nothing that's a great idea. I mean, I think we should totally do that. Maybe we fit that in with the other thing we're going to do is rebuild. So after the membership sites, I really want to go back and rebuild the HTML drag and drop email builder. Yes. So maybe we fit that in with that. So yeah, let's say yes to that in a couple, in 3 months.
Okay, cool. I want the ability to see SMS responded to when customers respond first in the chat if possible. Want to be able to see SMS responded to when customers respond first in the chat if possible. I'm not sure I understand that one. Justin, if you can jump into the Zoom and elaborate, that would be great. All right, let's see what else we have in here. How do I see the new website?
Well,
what's
there's
that
a really
subdomain
cool
it's on?
post on the Facebook group. If you search websites.
Oh no, I think he's talking about the
link.
HighLevel. I think he's talking about the HighLevel one. It's
sorry, it's one.gohighlevel.com. Let me put it in. Can you put it in the Facebook? Maybe I can do that. Hold on. Here we go. New website, go. There we go. I put it as a comment in Facebook.
Okay, cool. I think that was the end of the Facebook comments. One more in Zoom. Any plan for a GUI drag and drop campaign builder?
Yes. Thank you for asking that question. So the programmer who's just finished up the opportunities upgrade, Nikunj, he's one of our best. He is moving on to the workflow builder next. And in fact, we already built, this is a funny story, but we already built, well, I think it's funny. We already built like 50% of this thing, and then we shelved it to build the funnel builder, which I still think was a great decision. But we are now going back to it. So he booted it up today on his, the branch of code just to see if it would run again. So it's kind of funny to see it like come back from the dead. So yes, he's going to work on that. I think it's realistically 3 weeks out before we have a sort of version 1 of it. But yeah, absolutely. We're going to have a total drag and drop workflow builder. It's going to be sweet.
Nice. That's exciting.
All
right, we're coming up.
I'm pumped for it. I think it's really going to level us up. I mean, it's funny because it's not going to actually do anything more than what we already do, but it'll let you organize it in a way that I think will be 100 times easier to use.
And that's going to get us closer to the folders and stuff as well.
True. Good point.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Is that going to be 2 birds with 1 stone, or as far as folders?
Good question. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I hope so. I'm hopeful.
All right, awesome. So we're coming up on the hour-and-a-half mark. I would love to throw this out there to the community, like Robin said, to start celebrating some more wins. In the past week,
yes.
Has anybody who's on with us right now closed a cold outreach in the past week? whether that was cold phone, cold email, cold SMS. Who's that, George?
I kind of like walked into their office, gave them a little gift, and I followed up with them a month ago. And yesterday they called to book.
Nice. What kind of office? What kind of office was it?
Chiropractor.
And what was your gift?
Cookies.
Yeah, exactly.
I gave them cookies.
Nice.
That's
so you basically
awesome.
just
That's
went in
great.
there?
I went in there, gave them cookies and a note, and then I called them later and got a meeting. And then a month later, they said, "Okay, we're ready to go." So I said, "All right."
Badass. What did your note say? Will you share with us? Or
Yeah,
is
it
that
just said, "Hey, I'm a digital marketer, and you're in the community. Just wanted to drop off these cookies and say hi." That was it.
Fantastic.
But then I followed up, so that's kind of like
Yeah, always follow up. That's a good idea. I highly recommend that.
Nice work. Congrats.
Yeah, it was great. I was like, just got the, I almost wrote them off. I was about to send them another follow-up email, and then they emailed me, so I was happy. And I'm just starting. I just started this whole marketing thing January 6th, so.
That's
Nice.
great. That's fantastic. Good for you, man.
Thanks, man. And your platform is like made, especially for beginners too. Like, it's like I can wrap my head around it and like kind of go, okay, yeah, these people need this, this, and this. And I just sold her a very basic package, but I have a few other things to stack on there once I get going with those.
Well, see, that's great though, right? And I'm happy to hear that you feel like that, because I definitely sometimes talk to people who think it's totally complex and hard and impossible to get going. So I always appreciate people who get it.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
Yeah, nice work, George. And the one tip I would give is, as you bring on your first couple of clients, make sure that you take the time to build case studies around the success that you have, because that just becomes your marketing material.
Yeah, no,
easier.
that's totally cool. And I do have four other chiropractors that I'm working with right now. So it's I have some, like a lot of crap right now to like get out there, and like my social proof is like built now.
Well, going back, Sean brought it up again about the cobbler whose poor children have to walk around with no shoes. I think as marketing agencies, we often spend so much time servicing the clients that we don't take the time to do things like build case studies and get testimonials, which actually makes it harder on yourself.
I'm building my landing page as part of my testimonials and stuff that I'm building right now in HighLevel. So it's really cool.
Oh, Nathan just posted he closed the cold outreach over SMS and email. I would love to see that sequence with cold SMS.
Yeah, definitely. Where'd you see that? In Facebook or here?
He said cookies.
Nice. Jamrock, sounds like Jamrock's got a new sale in the past 7 days. Sherman's a newbie, but loves the platform. Nice.
So we're gonna, awesome. Close for cold messenger / LinkedIn. Good job, Zach. Oh yeah, that reminds me, I gotta send you the API, Zach. The other thing is Chase is actually working right now. So with the release of the SMTP stuff, because we can send through Gmail, we're gonna work on a kind of a cold email sort of, primer kind of thing, like a video series on how to do some cold outreach. And I'm personally by no means an expert on that, but we're gonna at least show you kind of the mechanics of it. So if you are kind of starting that way or going that way, we can kind of hopefully give you some ideas on how to do it, or at least how to do it within our system, just to make it easier. Because I do know some people who are still paying for things like Mailshake or Woodpecker or something like that. And really, to be honest, I don't think even now there's a point in that, but I think we can make it even easier for you soon.
Nice. What else? So going beyond cold outreach in the past we've got a couple of more minutes here. Past 7 days, who's had a big win? Anybody have anything exciting going on? I think I saw some people talking about closing multiple location accounts, which is always a great day.
Yes.
Anybody want to hop off mute and share a win? Very large. Derek, I know that you sent that message to me privately. Shoot me an email and I'll get that to the right person and we'll see what we can do. Starting that way and have a campaign that I need to launch but unsure how to launch. Whoever that is, T Feature 97, if you want to come off mute, we could chat about it for a sec.
Sherman, close your first
Sherman.
client. Congratulations.
Nice.
Terminator.
The Shermanator. Sherman, do you want to come off mute and talk about it?
Yeah,
I'd love
who's
to
your
know
first
how you
client?
got your
Where are
first
they?
client.
I'll be quick. It was just talking to some friends, and they gave me a referral, and I did the 2-week trial, and in a week, she had like about 8 leads, and 2 of them bought her program. So she was stoked about it. So thank you guys, I appreciate it. Still
That's
learning,
awesome,
but
man.
this is good. I love it.
Nice work. What kind of business was it?
Fitness.
Okay.
Awesome.
Well, that's really cool.
I'm interested in the cold lead stuff because I'm learning. I would like to use that process I think Sean talked about.
Yeah, so I'm working on that this week, and I think you've just jumped to the hardest hurdle, right? You got the first one, and now you can make a case study. And so you're going to be able to take what we're going to put together and show you and customize it with your case study, which will make your cold outreach even more compelling. So, you know, as I said earlier, make sure that you take the time to sort of make yourself a little case study about that success that you just generated, because that'll make your cold outreach much more effective. If you have an example.
I would agree. I would agree with that. I think social proof is, you know, I mean, I feel like it's tough because when you're first starting, it's kind of like you just got to do the whole like, would you like 10 people to show up at your place today kind of thing. But then over time, as you get that social proof, I mean, I think that's a lot easier because that's, you know, if you're trying to convince somebody to buy, that nobody wants to be the first person in the, you know, into the boat, as it were. And so I think those social proof ones are very, very useful and interesting. I even know the technique and I find myself still like falling for it when I see it really well done in an email. I think, oh yeah, wow, they must really do a great job for people. And I'm sure that they do, but I just, you know, I'm like, oh, wait, that's right. That's exactly how you should market.
Yeah.
I'm definitely looking forward to it. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure. Sherman, the other thing you should do right now is message them if you haven't already and ask for just a quick phone video testimonial from them about how psyched they are about those couple of sales that they just got. Because like Sean said, if you just turn that into a Facebook post that says, you know, 8 leads and X amount of sales in however many days it took you to get them, even though you've seen that a million times, it's still so compelling. So if you target, you know, similar businesses with that type of messaging and a video testimonial from their phone that's really authentic, that stuff works very, very well.
Awesome.
So congratulations again.
I'll do that. Thank you. We'll do that.
And
all right,
I
see it.
We should put that into the. We should put that into your training, Chase.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that the first one's the biggest hurdle. So once you have that one, now you can start generating content that makes it all easier. But yeah, the first training is going to be about the hardest part, which is getting that first one through the door. Christina, did you have? Yeah.
I had a good win. One of my clients I'm helping just got 27 new clients in the last 43 days, bringing in just under $10,000 of new sales, bringing $75,000 to the bottom line for the year for her. So it's pretty amazing. Good feeling.
Nice.
The help of, you know, the back end of HighLevel just making it so easy.
Nice work. Well, congratulations, and same thing. Get the video testimonial while they're excited.
Oh yeah, I got it. I'm just waiting for her to approve it that I can share it publicly.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great.
Nice work. Nice work. Speaking of testimonials, I'm going to drop our testimonial generator link into the chat. Oops, that's not to everyone.
Oh no, I make that mistake too. I'm like, oops.
There we go. So yeah, if you're loving High Level, click that link. It's super simple. You just hit record on your computer or your phone, and you can drop us a quick video testimonial that will go on our YouTube channel. And we would appreciate that. Okay, the person who asked about the review widget only showing Google, that's because, yeah, Sean did cover that. It's because Facebook doesn't do a number of stars. So it works a little differently. And that's why it only shows Google reviews. Both should be a feature in High Level. I've seen a bunch of people saying that, and I agree. So we need to get it on the, let's get it on the board.
Yep, exactly. All right. Any other
Whoa,
questions?
Aaron, brought my clients in 33 new leads and $15,000 in new business for my debt settlement client. Nice work.
Hey, nice job.
I've closed a cold outreach over SMS and email. Nathan, nicely done. Booked 17 new gym sale appointments in 24 hours. See, that right there is a case study. I mean, I think micro case studies is what I'm getting at, which is like you know, you add an image to that or a video and get that into a Facebook ad, and that's super compelling. So nice work, Nathan. My first bit of social proof with a badass Superman. What did he do? Nathan's in the Facebook. He's watching on Facebook, so I don't think he can hop in live, but Nathan, next week you'll have to join us in Zoom so you can tell us what you did.
Absolutely.
Mark, there is a replay. If you guys haven't followed our YouTube channel yet, Sean, did you see we broke 1,000 followers the other day?
No way. That's awesome. Yeah, I love YouTube. I mean, I don't know why I didn't think of this sooner, but yeah, it's a great way to get information out to people, and it's pretty cool. So yeah, we'll keep posting these on YouTube for sure.
Yeah, if you haven't followed the channel yet, make sure you follow the channel. We post all the replays in there so you won't miss them. Everything is divided into channels. It makes it pretty easy to find a video. Don Boast is already on the ideas board and has 9 votes voted up. Yeah, I agree. So he dropped the link in the chat. Go vote for that. When will I launch the cold leads video? Well, we just went over the outline.
Clearly, Chase, clearly this is going to be a big thing. I think a lot of people want to see this, so no pressure.
Yeah, so I'm going to start working on the presentation maybe later today or definitely tomorrow. So hopefully within the next week, the whole thing should be live.
Awesome.
Somebody else sending messages somewhere. Excellent, thanks. You are welcome. And yeah, and then we want to keep going from there, like Sean said. So we'll take the first one, just be about cold email outreach, and then I want to start evolving that and working with Paulson and the services team to get, you know, to take it even further.
Awesome. All right. Anything else before we close it out?
Unless anybody's got any last final thoughts or final questions, I think we're good to go.
Well, thanks as always, everybody, for taking the time to show up, and we really appreciate it. And it's an amazing community to be a part of, and I'm thankful to each and every last one of you. So thank you very much from the bottom of my heart, and I know that everybody else on the team feels the same way. So thanks for taking the time to help us make all this better and to really be on this journey with you, and let us help you and hopefully, you know, bring you some great stuff. So thanks again. I appreciate it.
Guys, thank you.
Everyone.
Talk to you later.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
See you guys next week. Same time.
Next week. Bye. See you in Tampa.
Oh yeah, have fun. Everybody's going to the event.